5 secrets about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Hey guys, today we're going to list the 5 secrets about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Let's get right into it. How did Hank learn to fly the alien ship? In Quantumania, a vengeful Kang the Conqueror pulls the entire insect-powered Lang, Pym, Van Dyne superfamily into the quantum realm. This includes the Wasps, the Ant-Man, and Cassie, Scott's daughter, who has her own suit. Our heroes accidentally split up as they descended to the microscopic cosmos, with Scott and Cassie landing in one location while Hank, Hope, and Janet ended up in another. When Lord Kryler, Janet's former friend, betrays Kang's glow-headed goons, Hank is forced to pilot an alien spaceship to escape. Being an alien ship, it has strange organic controls that Hank can control by attaching 2 gelatin-like worm creatures to his arm. Now, it is understandable that Hank could eventually become proficient with the special quantum ship controls, but it defies belief how quickly he does so. Furthermore, there is no evidence in any of the earlier movies that Hank Pym has any experience flying even regular terrestrial planes or jets, even if he theoretically understands how the steering mechanism functions. An ordinary person would still be very confused about how to operate a regular human plane, even after being shown the controls. He pulls off stunt maneuvers, which adds to the audience's already required suspension of disbelief, which is even more unbelievable. Ooze Juice Universal Translator makes no sense. Even though we first caught a glimpse of the quantum realm in the first Ant-Man movie, it was originally intended to be a more psychedelic interpretation of a straightforward microbial world. The existence of other life forms, let alone entire sentient civilizations, was not discovered until much later. However, it quickly becomes evident that this is an alien world with a dense population, once all the main characters arrive in the quantum realm in Quantumania. Naturally, the quantum beings can't communicate in English. Fortunately, all Scott and Cassie need to do is consume Veb, a friendly alien with a gelatinous appearance. But why would that work? Biology is even more complicated than language. It seems unlikely that words or grammar would make any sense without the appropriate input. Fair enough, this is a common issue in science fiction. For example, look at the universal translators in Star Trek or the babblefish in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. However, this instance is particularly egregious because they could have communicated using Quaz's telekinesis abilities or some sort of technology, possibly something Janet created. There are numerous ways to avoid this that would be more logical. Not showing how Wasp's housing and reforestation efforts are going. During Scott Lang's voiceover introduction, there's a brief throwaway scene that is one of the movie's most intriguing features. In this episode, Hope Van Dyne, who is currently in charge of the Pym Van Dyne Foundation, is seen using Pym particles to address the housing crisis and improve the environment. The MCU handled Iron Man's purportedly groundbreaking clean energy arc reactor technology poorly, so while this is actually a fantastic use of sci-fi, there's a non-zero chance that nothing more will ever be said about it in the context of the larger universe. What political and economic effects will Hope's actions have on the world? Although she is putting forth some excellent ideas, real estate companies, for example, who in the real world buy up vacant homes to be used as corporately controlled rentals rather than for affordable housing, would vehemently oppose them. The Pym Van Dyne Foundation would undoubtedly face opposition from fossil fuel companies that are still preventing any new Green Deal proposals that do not directly benefit them. Action-packed superhero drama? Maybe not, but it would make a compelling drama nonetheless. Why does MODOK look like that? The MCU has encountered MODOK, an acronym for a mental organism designed only for killing. George Tarleton, an advanced idea mechanics scientist, who was first introduced in 1967's Tales of Suspense number 94, was the original MODOK. Tarleton tried to increase his intelligence through mad science, which resulted in his recognizable malformed appearance. Unfortunately, unlike the comics, there is no clear justification for Darren's appearance. Sure, they explained that Kang revived him and performed experiments on him, but at least in the comics, the reason for his large head is that he was trying to improve his own mental capacity. His physical ailments are considered impediments. Without that specific motive, it appears that Kang has hampered MODOK's physical prowess for little gain. Even in the movie, he doesn't seem all that smart. Despite some questionable CGI, he remains entertaining to watch. Can Scott, even as Giant Man, take that much damage? As shown in Captain America Civil War and Giant Man, one of Ant-Man's powers is the capacity to transform into the enormous Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was introduced in 2016's Avengers Endgame. Scott gains more strength and endurance as a result. He can be seen tossing airplane parts and dispatching Chitauri Leviathan. It is therefore evident that Giant Man is both able to take and deliver a beating, but how much punishment can he actually withstand? Because he is never hit by lasers or blasters in Endgame, for example, but given that he was wounded by War Machine's missiles in Civil War, it is likely that he would have suffered serious damage. There is no proof that Scott is invulnerable, despite the fact that it is obvious that he is stronger and more resilient in his giant state. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.